I'm going to have you project yourself forward in time, 20 minutes, and tell me something that's going to happen.
Right.
All right? Let me take your arm. Just relax, look at me, put your feet flat on the floor. In a little while, we're going to leave here, we're going to walk out onto the street. You're going to go up to somebody in the street, and you're going to have them draw a picture. And you can choose anybody you like. Now, what you're then going to do is to pretend to read their mind. And what I want you to do in a second is to project yourself forward to the point that at the end of that trick, they will turn their drawing around and show you what they've drawn, okay? And I want you to see in the future what it is that they're going to draw. Okay? Mm-hmm. Good. Now close your eyes for me. And put your hand up there. That hand will not come down any more quickly or slowly than it takes you to begin to get a sense of what that is. You don't have to think about it, but you're just imagining them with that drawing. You can see in your mind whether it's a man or a woman. You've pretended to read their mind. You get it right. And then they turn it around. And at the point your hand touches the table, you'll have a clear sense of what it is. Just open your eyes for me. Remember what that is. I'd like you now to go and stand in the corner, just behind you. You can then draw what you're thinking of. I will not look. So stand there with the wall behind you, facing into the room, so you know nothing, you look over your shoulder, and I'll look over here. Nice and large and clear. When you're done, just fold it up, put it straight in your pocket, and please, no cameras directly on that. When you've done it, don't show anybody, fold it straight up, put it in your pocket. Lovely. Done that? Mm-hmm. Excellent. Let's go. There should still be some people around. It's 20 to 4.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Let's go. David's now going to act out the mind reading he imagined 20 minutes ago to see if a random member of the public will draw what he foresaw that they would.
What sort of person should I be looking for?
Entirely up to you.
I have a blank canvas.
A blank canvas.
Let's do it. Maybe down here?
Yes.
No.
No?
I'm not feeling a psychic bond.
Okay.
There's someone. We're not rolling. Are we rolling? Excuse me. You don't have 5 minutes to let me try and read your mind, do you?
I'd love you to.
Would you? Yeah. Brilliant. I found someone. What's your name?
Claire.
Claire, I'm David. It's lovely to meet you. This is Derren.
Hello, I'm Derren.
He's a sort of witch. Don't worry about that.
Excellent.
Come up here and we'll put a microphone on you and we'll do
David's
that.
going to read your mind. I'm going to stand you there facing David,
okay,
and David there facing Claire.
Yeah, good.
Now, this is very simple. I've been teaching David some of my mind-reading skills, and he is, in a moment, going to read your mind as you focus on a picture or an image or something. Now, I need you to start doing that now. All I'd say is, as you do it, make the image very clear, very bright, very vivid. Try not to change it and mess it around. If you happen to be thinking of like a house or a stick man, change it, think of something else. Now I'm going to ask you to draw this before we do anything. David, you obviously mustn't look at what Claire draws. So just get a pen and paper. Nice and large and clear, please. David, look the other way. And you also, as you can't tell from the sound of the pen or anything.
I can't hear anything.
You can't even hear anything now. I can, I've got quite good at this. But I've no idea.
Okay, I've got
Done?
it.
No, just hold the whole thing up against yourself. Right, can David turn back round now? Lovely. Oh, well, you don't do dirty fingers. Lovely.
Okay.
Okay, all right, here we go. So, Claire, you're focusing on the image. Now start sending that picture across, and at the same time, in your mind, just scream the name of the thing over and over again. Make that image, Claire, really big and bold and bright. Now, David, as you're doing this, are you getting a sense of animal, vegetable, or mineral?
I think it's living. I think it's a living thing.
All right. Now, don't say yes or no, but you've given away probably a nice yes then from that.
And I think it's a furry animal, like a pet, and it's I think I know what it is. I think it's a cat.
No, is it? Can it?
Yeah, it is.
Clue?
This is the worst drawing ever, but it definitely is a cat.
That's really good. Well done.
Really good. It's appalling. I'm supposed to be an art student.
It's not. Claire's a fine arts student.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. What year? Congratulations. I'm going to ask you a few questions about it, so just stay put for a second.
Okay.
Well done, though. Congratulations. Let's step out.
I can't understand possibly at all how he would have been able to grab that from me. Well, it was pretty strange when he said that he thought it was something furry. It was quite difficult for me not to laugh, actually, just because I couldn't believe he'd actually got it.
So this is Claire's drawing, which is quite freaky. Well, I'm just going to show you, because I'm really quite freaked out by this. There's not much to choose between them, really. It's the tail's going the same way, even the sort of slightly devilish, the devil horn ears. Which, as I drew them, I was thinking, like, they don't look much like cat ears, but she's done exactly the same thing. But I wasn't expecting it to be quite so bang on.
Joe is a psychic medium making claim to a diverse range of talents. When not contacting the dead, he lays claim to make aura readings, psychically tapping into people's energy fields to reveal significant insights about them. So I've arranged to take Joe to the Liverpool-based set of the soap opera Hollyoaks to see what the stars make of him.
Hollyoaks, isn't it?
First actor up, Chris Fountain.
Hi, Chris.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Chris. How are you? All right?
Yeah.
Hi,
pleasure to meet you.
Thank
Have a seat. Thank you very much.
Do you know about the aura, the surroundings of the magnetic field? So you wouldn't really know what colours I'm picking up about you, would you?
Really.
But that makes sense to you.
Yeah, it makes sense of what I want.
The most prominent colour is I'm seeing red around you at the moment. It normally represents legal issues connected to a vehicle. I don't know if you just had some connection to a vehicle. Would that be correct?
I got a parking ticket today.
Very naughty boy, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Around
My
you.
mum don't see this now. I'm in trouble.
Say it again, sorry.
I'm in trouble with my mum now. She sees this.
Okay.
Only person that knew about my parking ticket today was my girlfriend.
Hello. Second up, 23-year-old Anthony Quinlan.
Hi, Anthony. I'm Joe. How are you? All right. Nice to meet you. You're all right.
Have a seat.
Originally, when you just walked in, I was going to say you were one of 3, and then I dropped it to 2. How many is in your family?
There's only one.
Okay. And I just want to take you back a little bit. Was there an incident with an accident with a bike?
I really can't think.
Okay, if I took you back to around 14.
I really can't think.
Okay, keep thinking for me. Okay, now I am aware of a lady coming through here, connected to a grandmother. Would there be 3 sisters?
Yeah.
Yes, because she is standing directly behind you now. Okay, and she wants to congratulate you on what you're doing at this present time. Okay, she's just disappeared and she's just gone. Thanks very much for speaking to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
How did you find that?
Just amazing. Absolutely. That's the only thing I wanted to hear you say. That's the only thing I wanted to hear you say.
She was there for you.
That's mental. That is mental.
I'm absolutely shattered.
It's been suggested that I try the next one.
Come on, Derren.
Okay. Time for a spot of non-psychic mind reading. And my sitter is the instantly arresting Claire Cooper.
How are you?
Nice
All
to meet you.
right.
I'm good,
Nice
thank
to meet
you.
you.
Look amazing. Thank you. Okay, so one of the reasons why I've avoided pretending to be psychic during my career is that I sort of find it a bit embarrassing and a bit excruciating telling people how they should be or what's going to happen to them, because I think all those things are not helpful to tell people. So I'm just to give myself permission to do this, because otherwise I'll feel bad. But anyway, what I see in you is a soft centre with a very hard armour shell on the outside. Does that make any sense to you, first of all?
Yeah.
Yeah? OK. Relationship-wise, as I'm saying this, you're thinking back to a recent relationship that I think was troubled and was difficult and was lovely, but when it ended, there was a lot of heartbreak at the end. We went on holiday with this guy, and it was a lovely time, but it didn't solve what this thing was.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is it the Maldives?
Yes.
Yes.
It
Lovely.
was.
Never been there, but
Yeah.
it's that image I got of pockets of sand and lots of water.
Yeah.
It was the only image I have of it. You move on from that. You wouldn't have dogs. You'd have cats. Yes. And they would be, I think, quite nice pedigree cats. I think you'd probably go for a sort of bluey, silvery, those sorts of things. I don't know much about. I'm a dog person, but does that connect?
Yes, it does, yeah.
Okay. Then that's all. That's all I think I can say.
Thank you.
Can you tell me your thoughts on that? We've been asking people afterwards what.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Was it?
Yeah, really impressed. I've got 2 British blue cats. That's really amazing you picked up on that, especially the colour. And yeah, I've kind of broke off a relationship recently. Mm-hmm. We went to the Maldives, but it was kind of all a bit, you know. So yeah.
How did you feel?
I don't do it very often because as far as I'm concerned, I'm not remotely psychic at all, but I find there's an interesting crossover between what I do and what Joe does and
How old are you, Claire?
28.
Did you have a Mini at one time?
I've got one now.
You've got one now, you drive a Mini?
Yeah.
And your cat, is the paw okay on one of them? Or has it been a little bit of bother?
Mishka had a problem with one of her paws, one of her claws.
Well, I like to come up with facts.
Thank you so much. I know we've kept you for too long.
Absolutely fine. Thank you for having me. Nice to meet you.
I forgot to say about the affair.
What affair?
Oh, it doesn't matter, forget it.
No, tell me. No, tell me. You can't do that.
No, go on, keep going. Keep going.
We'll leave that for another time.
No, don't leave it.
You just keep travelling in your Mini.
But
So
it's
basically,
fab.
I could have just been picking that up from the auric field, which it's stored within the magnetic field, and I wouldn't be a person that would leave you in limbo thinking something was going on.
No, but you were, because you were just going to say, don't think about the affair, and then you're going to
No, because you were putting me on the spot, Darren.
No, you said that yourself, and you were going to leave her in limbo on that. So.
No, I wasn't.
As long as you got your hits, but that was quite a nasty thing to say.
It's not hits, it's
well, no, but
facts.
it is, because
It's facts.
As soon as I say that, you bring it back to, but
It's
I was
facts.
quite good, wasn't I?
It's facts.
But thank you again. Sorry to
Pleasure.
put you through all that. It's
all right.
Excellent. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you. Thank
And
you.
you as well.
Mwah. Bye.
Goodbye. Bye-bye, Claire.
Bye.
By observing you today, there is no doubt is that you are not working on a
Psychic level.
level.
But she's going to go away from that. She could have gone away from that, believing I was psychic. I think if I'd have told her I was psychic, she'd have believed that. And I could have given her some advice. I could have framed it in terms of a spirit telling me these things, a grandmother telling me these things, rather than me sort of being a bit more honest about how I was getting it.
The difference between me and you, I come up with facts.
Just shows that every psychic's different and they work very, very differently. And I think Derren is psychic. I think he is.
There's an old and obscure psychic feat of apparently seeing with your fingertips, and a few people even to this day do claim to have this ability. I can certainly achieve the same results, but through methods I don't believe to be psychic. Well, thank you very much for coming along to this vintage eyeglass emporium. Now, you may or may not know that I'm a huge fan of the whole area of Victorian charlatanism. There was a girl from that period, a 15-year-old girl called Lillian Keeble, flaming red hair. She toured the houses of rich people with a parlour act, which she called dexterous vision. And what Keeble claimed was that she could see through the fingertips, these two fingertips here of her right hand. Now, I'm a huge fan of her, and I've dug and dug for information on her. She's not that well known about, and sort of come up with bits and pieces that allow me to piece together what her methods may have been. This is why I've asked you here. So, the first thing that she would do in her act was as follows. Can I maybe try this with you, Michael? Can I just swap places with Michelle? I'll ask you to come around here. All right. Now, she would ask somebody to write down a sentence or a phrase. Now, this is entirely up to you what you write, OK? I'm going to get you to write it down on this piece of card. If you take those for me. Now, obviously, it's very important I don't see what you write, so wait till I've turned away. But anything you like, a phrase or a short sentence. I'll face away while I do it. Don't let anyone see. Tell me when you're done. Yeah. OK, and just hold the card like that between your hands like this so I can turn around safely and not see it. Sure. Is that safe? Yep. Yeah. OK, great. Michelle, can I bring you back round here again, this side? If you come and stand here. Now, your point of view here, Michelle, is just to make sure that I'm not going to cheat or turn and look. So you're essentially going to hold my gaze. All right, so you know I'm not going to look away. All right. Now, Michael, what I want you to do is to hold the card, so the card is flat, but writing side down. Yeah. And if you come around here just a little bit so that I can put my hand... All right. I'm not going to touch the card. Now, what's interesting about her methods, of course, is this is 1845, all right? They were simple, but weirdly, the word big, is that right? A big? Yeah. Hell, to, maybe that's hello, a big hello. Is this right? Am I close?
No,
yeah.
That's right.
A big hello to, all matching. Or watching even. A big hello to all watching. Can you show the camera? Let's have a look. What does it say? A big hello to all watching. Thank you so much. I'll ask you to go stand back there again.
There's no human possible way that he could do that. Well, he is a human. But it's not normal.
The highlight of the act for me was when Lillian would give her abilities to somebody else. So, Michelle, I'll do this with you. If you can just come around here for me and point those 2 fingers for me like that. Now keep your other fingers in. Now look at me. I'm going to give you the ability that Lillian had. You'll be able to see with your fingertips. Just press your 2 fingers up against mine. You will be able to do it. And you must believe that. Look at me. You must believe that. Good. Okay, keep your fingers like that. Don't move them. Now I'm going to write down, we'll keep it relatively simple, a 2-digit number. All right? I will write this behind my back so you can't even catch a glimpse of anything or the movement of my arms or anything that might give it away. All right? A 2-digit number, that's all I'm going to tell you. All right, and I'll ask you just to, it's there, it's written just there. All right? So if you keep your fingers there, you are underneath where the number is written. So all you've got to go on is your instinct now. So imagine perhaps a white screen and allow the image of a number to appear on it. It is a 2-digit number.
32.
32. Some reason, why did you say 32?
Don't know.
Okay, it is...
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's amazing. I'm physically shaking.
You are physically shaking.
That was just weird, is the only way to describe it. Because I could actually see it in my head, the way he'd written it. It was just, I mean, tears came to my eyes emotionally. It was just very strange. Absolutely amazing. Don't know how he does it.
Now I needed to find out once and for all if we really had, bizarrely, created a lucky dog. So in the spirit of open-minded inquiry, I decided to put the dog to the test. And I wanted the townsfolk to suggest what form this test should take.
So I'm in Todmorden Cricket Club, about to meet with some of the villagers, and of course it's the villagers that we've been filming as part of this documentary, although they don't know that that's anything to do with me. And I want to talk to them about whether there's some way we can test the dog.
Hello.
I'm Beryl.
Beryl, nice to meet you, Beryl.
Mike.
It was lovely to meet the people I'd been watching for so long. I felt like I already knew some of them. And they were full of ideas as to how to put the luck theory to the test.
A casino or dice or type thing if it's inside the town hall.
It could be.
A roulette wheel type red and black thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're 50 odds each time.
Dice, it's simple.
What's good about a dice is that it's 1 in 6. So you're unlikely to win, as opposed to a red or black or 50-50 or a toss of a coin when you just know that, well, half the time they're going to win anyway, so you really want to do it a few times to see whether they're really getting lucky or not. In terms of a bit of suspense and a bit of drama, I think the dice idea might be best, and I think somebody or the villagers or one person putting money on the roll of a dice, just to me, feels like it could be really, really good fun and have a lot of drama to it. All right. Okay, so we all happy with this as a plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will see you on Sunday in the town hall, and we'll have some fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you all soon. Bye-bye, bye-bye. My arrival in Todmorden attracted the local media, and I found myself having to give some careful answers to their questions.
So can you tell us briefly a little bit about why you're in Todmorden and how you heard about our lucky dog?
Yes, well, I read about it on Twitter, first of all.
You specialise in fooling people by illusions and so on. Is this an illusion or not?
I don't know. We'll find out. News of the dice roll at the town hall tomorrow had created a real buzz in Todmorden.
It's just hotted up in town because since yesterday there's been a poster here, a poster there, a little ballot box for putting forms in.
I've placed ballot boxes all over town, and the person who bids the most will gamble that amount on the roll of a dice. If their chosen number comes up, they'll walk away with 6 times their bid. If not, they lose everything. And I've asked the residents to build a perspex chute through which the dice will be rolled for added drama.
Well, most people are really excited. Some people are coming over from Cheshire. And I believe there's various bets from £5 to 100.
Myself, I ventured £10, and unknown to my wife, she's ventured £5.
I have entered. Well, actually, I put £500 on it.
And all the regulars are very excited about it. We're quite busy down there. Everybody intends to be there.
So a few months ago, I thought I would try an experiment, and I thought I would start a rumour. I would start a rumour, like those rumours of miracle weeping statues and those kind of things that you hear about, and healing springs. I thought I'd start something like that, but a positive one, you know, a nice one. So I asked Dawn Porter to go into a small town and spread a rumor. And she was to ask one question, and the one question was, have you heard about the lucky dog? See how this story would turn out. And what was interesting is that what we started to hear of were lucky stories. People were feeling their luck change. So we set up a test. We thought we'll take somebody who's lucky, and Sue absolutely described herself as lucky, and then we'll have a control subject, somebody else to try the test on, and that was Damon. And the test was this. I called up Jason Manford. And the test was very simple. They would both be given the same opportunity, which was to help out. So we started setting up some things for Wayne. Now Wayne knows this. I've shown him footage of what we did. And in the end, it took a great big truck with a big A-board on it, just saying, Wayne! Call this number! And a phone number for him to call. It is now Sunday afternoon, and we're here in the town hall, and we're going to test the lucky dog. I thought I was going to be here apologizing to you and explaining that the dog isn't lucky. But I think it's actually a little more complicated than that now, and I think in a weird way, we have sort of inadvertently created a lucky dog. But you have to sort of take it, it's important you take it with a certain perspective, because you can't rely on it. There's nothing magical about it. But what does seem to happen is that if you embrace the idea of it, that you touch it, you pat the dog, and maybe if something changes in you, then you start to approach maybe life a little bit differently. And to me, it's always far more interesting and worthwhile and fascinating and rich and resonant and beautiful when it's about us as human beings and not some made-up superstition. So that's what I think. For the last few days, a lot of you have been filling out ballot forms. I said I would take one of you and have you bet on the roll of a dice. A lot of you were putting in £2, £3, £5, £10 even, which was great, and many of you were doing that. And then I came across this. £1,000. After the £1,000 are the words, my life savings. That person, and I can't tell you how much this moved me when I read it, is Wayne. First of all, I just want to check this is genuine. So what happened?
The opportunities I've missed off the video you showed me, I thought, well, this is an opportunity, go for it.
It's a 1 in 6 chance. In other words, if you put in the £1,000, you will get, and you win, you'll get the £1,000 back and then £5,000 from me, turning your 1,000 savings into 6,000. You understand that?
I understand.
And you're happy with that?
I am.
Is this Lisa? Is this your wife?
Yes. She didn't know.
Where are you with this? Are you okay with this, Lisa?
Yes.
Well, in that case, get yourself up here, Wayne. Let's give Wayne a hand. Can I see the money, please? It's £1,000. Okay. If you lose, if your number doesn't come up, I'm not going to keep this myself. It'll be split between 2 charities that I support: the National Parrot Zoo up in Skegness and and the Green Room Project, which is a project in London getting troubled kids back to school. Those are 2 charities that I'm the patron of. On the 1 in 6 chance that your number comes up, this is £5,000, which will be added to your 1,000, making 6,000 in total. That's the money. Now Mike has the dice. It's come from Mike's toy shop museum. He's provided the dice himself. Thank you very much. Do you have it on you? Excellent. Thank you very much indeed. There you go, Wayne.
Good luck, Wayne.
Come over here for me. We now need the lucky number. So I'm not going to choose that myself. I would like you to do that for us. So if you can all think of a number between 1 and 6, and then we're going to take a vote. Put your hands up if you thought of number 1. Hardly any of you. Put your hands up if you thought of number 2. A few more. Number 3. A few more. Number 4. Wow. Okay. Right. Okay, can we beat that? Number 5. 6. The audience has spoken. You happy to go with number 4?
Number 4's there.
All right. Then number 4 is our lucky number. We now reveal to you, as assembled this morning by some residents of Todmorden, the Lucky Dog Dice Shoot. Right.
I'll never get down that.
Now you can probably just work out how this works. There's a bowl here at the end. The dice goes in the top, and it rolls all the way down and comes out into the bowl. Now before we do this, Lisa, Wayne's wife, can you come up as well? I'm going to need you to give us a hand too. Let's give Lisa a hand too to come up. Wayne's daughter's here as well. We'll get the whole family up. Thank you very much. We want to bring these step ladders around. So if you want to grab that side of it there. No, don't you dare. All right, I'm going to come around here. Okay. One more question for you, Wayne. Starting with this next roll, which will take us the first roll, you've chosen the number 4. Do you want it to be on the first roll, the second roll, the third roll, or the fourth roll?
The third roll.
The third roll, okay. So on the third roll, we are hoping that it will come up as a number 4. Are we clear on that? Yeah? Okay, Wayne, get ready. Lisa, if you can call out the number. Drop. That's a 2. Pass it back across. This is the second of 3 rolls. Ready? Drop. It's a 6. Now, Wayne, what you've done here today is stood up in front of the town and taken what I'm guessing is probably the most nerve-wracking opportunity and probably the biggest risk you've taken in your life, or pretty much way up there, yes?
Oh, it's one of the biggest.
A few weeks ago, you wouldn't have done this, and the fact that you've made this change, that's what's important, regardless of what happens down here.
True.
All right? Okay. Then with that in mind, with your life savings on the roll of this dice, and we want a 4. In fact, let's have a countdown. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, drop!